Here is the Hohem iSteady X3, and it's one of my favorite toys. It does everything. The has a remote control. The app has object tracking. In fact, the camera app is very well done, surprisingly. Most of the times when a product I've used comes with a camera app, it's lacking, and I'd rather use my camera's app. Now, sometimes I still use my camera app with this, but for most shots, I can use their app, which has video, photo, panographic mode, where this will actually make its own panos, and that's nice. You don't have to worry about, when you use your phone and it says faster, slower, move up, move down. This takes care of all that. Time warp, slow motion, time lapse, something called moment. You also have manual controls for ISO and stuff if you want them. You can do pretty much any sort of custom shot that you can imagine in there. Filters, all sorts of stuff. You see how I'm bouncing in the image, but the camera stays steady. This is awesome. There we go. And I've got full control over the orientation of the camera and starting and stopping of the camera, rotation, zoom in, zoom out. Kitty. I have no idea whose cat this is. So here we go. I will go through some of the features. Now the gimbal, it has a range on both the front and back of what you see here. Not all the way around. They do have a more advanced model that does go all the way around. It has, well, let's start off here. The gimbal, it works great. When you'll see in a second when I take this and put my phone in here and use my other camera for recording. This, it keeps it steady, it keeps it full. Now occasionally I've noticed that I can tilt it so that it needs to go a little bit further than it will, and it does put a little tension in there, and if you do it too long, it will just disconnect the servos and you'll have to restart it. But I took a lot of this stuff for granted early on because I thought, oh, that's just a gimmicky thing, I won't need it, like the extension rod. But yeah, this seems kind of short. Well, actually, it is a great size for the tripod, which comes out of the bottom, which it's handy to have this tripod, and it's surprisingly sturdy. Let's see. See, it holds up pretty well. I mean, I wouldn't put it out in heavy winds or anything on the side of a cliff, but it does pretty good. And having this height adjustment has been useful more than once. One time I was putting it away and I was pushing this in and it went like this. And I thought, oh crap, I thought I bent the aluminum channel and broke it. But no, there's a little hinge here, which made this even more handy. Now as a selfie stick, you have it like this. It works pretty good. Now all your controls are on this little remote control, which comes off. The side button is the same as this trigger button. The only button you don't have is the power button, which for obvious reasons, and this, which turns on and off the flood fill light. So let's see if I got that close by here. The flood fill light mounts magnetically on the bottom here, and it goes both ways. So there's a little release button. You can turn around and face the other way. So whichever camera you're using on your phone, the flood fill light can face it. Now, it does have a release button, but this thing pops off very easy. Doesn't seem to hurt it, but I've almost lost it many times. So I don't keep this on here all the time. I put it on there when I'm going to need it. In a minute, okay. So to turn on the light, you hold, there's a button in there, and you hold that, and you can dim it down bright. And let's see here, we will turn off the light here. Take a look at the light here. You can see not a lot of light there, but start getting brighter and brighter and brighter. Alright, so we line up these little points here, fold this here, the light things go down the bottom. There we go. Set it here and fold it up. It's just a little over 6 inches. Yep. that way. About 3.5, 3 5/8, 3 3/4 wide at its widest point. I'd say it is about 1.5 inches thick at its widest point. Well, actually, I guess that'd be its widest point. Okay, 1.5 inches maybe there. I have a pretty thick case on my phone, so it does, but I can get it to fit in here just fine. You can kind of see that's how wide it is. Goes pretty wide. Let's see, full opening here, about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, about 4 inches.